Welcome to the UND Intramural Volleyball Online Captain's PowerPoint. Here are the starting and ending dates of the regular season league and the playoff season for this. The coordinator of rec sports and special events is Patrick Marco. I'm Kevin Gola, the intramural program manager for volleyball. Games begin September 8th and playoffs begin October 14th. All games will be played at the Wellness Center main gyms. As the captain, you serve as the liaison between the intramural program and your team. Make sure you are familiar with all sport rules and intramural policies. Make sure that each of your players are eligible to participate and let them know of scheduled game times. Let us know if you're unable to make it and regularly check your email for updates from the intramural staff. Before their first contest, each one of your players must be registered and join your team's roster on iamleagues.com, where you will be able to find all schedules, rules, and free agent listings. In order to be eligible, all players must be a UND student or a faculty or staff member with a Wellness Center membership, be on your Iron Leagues team roster, and have their UND ID on them. Teams may have only 2 sport club members or former college varsity athletes competing in similar or related sports, and or pro or semi-pro athletes that haven't competed at that level in the past 2 years. Players can be added to the roster at any time before playoffs, but they can only play for one team. Ineligible players caught will subject themselves and their team to penalties outlined in the intramural handbook. Each team in every game will be rated on a 1 to 4 point scale for their sportsmanship before, during, and after a contest. If a player is ejected from a contest, that player will be suspended from their next game. A forfeit occurs when a team has no players on site at game time. That team will then be ineligible for playoffs, and if they receive 2 forfeits, the team will be dropped from the league. A default occurs when a team has players present, but the minimum number has not yet been met. Or if the captain notifies the intramural office that they will not be attending a game at least 6 hours in advance. If they receive 2 defaults, the team will be ineligible for playoffs, and if they receive 3 defaults, they will be dropped from the league. To compete in playoffs, teams must have won at least 2 games, a cumulative sportsmanship rating of 3 or higher, no forfeits, and no more than 1 default. Only players that participated in the regular season can participate in playoffs, and playoff scheduling may be different than regular season scheduling. No individual is allowed to be in possession or under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Any player caught will be immediately removed, suspended from their next game, and reported to UND safety. Team names must be appropriate. If deemed inappropriate by intramural staff, they will be immediately changed. The intramural staff is first aid and CPR certified and will provide initial emergency care to any injured parties. Participation is voluntary. Any bleeding players must immediately leave the game area and cannot return until the wound is covered, the bleeding has stopped, and any blood-stained clothing has been removed. Report all injuries to the intramural staff. No boots or open-toed footwear are allowed, and all jewelry must be removed for all intramural contests. Teams can only consist of between 4 and 6 players on the court at a time. Games are 30 points, best 2 out of 3. The third game is only to 15 points. Teams should volley for first serve, where the ball will go over the net 3 times before the volley is considered official. Let serves are legal. Serves cannot be blocked or attacked. Back row players cannot attack in front of the 10-foot line. Balls that hit the ceiling but stay on the same side that they're hit from are still considered live. Blocks do not count as a hit and can be followed by a standard hit by the same player. Balls hit into the net can be recovered. Play will continue if the ball hits a stationary foot or leg, but not if it was kicked. This video is only a small overview of the rules. Please read and be familiar with all sport rules and the intramural handbook. Ignorance of the rules is not an excuse, and remember all official calls are final. Like the Wellness Center Facebook page for all Wellness Center event updates at facebook.com/UNDwellness. Thanks for watching. If you have any further questions, please visit UND.com/intramurals.